Today we begin with the much anticipated talks between Presidents Trump and Xi Jinping. Asian stock markets moved up and down on Thursday as investors reacted to the meeting between the two world leaders. President Trump and Xi Jinping agreed to ease tensions between the two world's largest economies, but market reactions remained cautious, reflecting the lack of clarity over the outcome of the summit. The meeting held in the South Korean city of Busan lasted for over 90 minutes, and after the talks, President Trump announced that the United States would reduce some tariffs on Chinese imports, while China agreed to resume buying American soybeans and to continue exporting rare earth materials. Now, these rare earths are vital for producing advanced technologies from smartphones and electric cars to military equipment, of which China currently controls about 90% of the global supply. Now, in addition, Trump said China had pledged to reduce the movement of fentanyl, a powerful synthetic drug linked to the ongoing opioid crisis in the United States.
I thought it was an amazing meeting. He's a great leader and a leader of a very powerful, very strong country, China. There was an outstanding group of decisions that were made. There wasn't too much left out there.
Despite the so-called diplomatic progress, markets across Asia were in fact mixed. The MSCI index, which tracks major shares across the Asia-Pacific regions, excluding Japan, initially rose by 0.5%, but then turned negative, ending down by the same margin. U.S. stock futures also slipped slightly, suggesting that traders were taking a wait-and-see approach. Stock market reactions were subdued, with Japan's main benchmark closing flat following a widely expected central bank decision to hold interest rates steady. Shanghai closed with moderate drops while Hong Kong and China finished lower. Seoul finished slightly up, held partly by tech giant Samsung Electronics' third quarter profits. Now, President Trump's new announcement brings overall U.S. tariffs of Chinese goods down from 57% to 47%. Economists say that such high rates still make trade between the two countries costly and difficult. Analysts pointed out that China's exports have already adjusted to previous tariffs, meaning the economic effect of this partial rollback could in fact be limited. Still, it removes an immediate risk of further tariff hikes, which had been weighing heavily on investor sentiment.
Positive sounding noises in this instance, whether they are persistent, whether and to what degree they are meaningful, we'll really have to wait until the details. So even before the meetings, the markets, especially semiconductors, seem to be on the rise. Some of that, of course, also has to do with the earnings report that comes in around the same time some of these firms seem to have done.
Although President Trump described the talks as productive, Chinese residents still remain cautious as both sides have made similar pledges before, only for tensions to flare up once again later.
I don't have much hope. If the talks fall apart, they fall apart. China has already gotten used to it. Isn't Trump known for being unreliable? Even if he agrees to peace negotiations now, who's to say that once he goes back, he may report something different? Chinese people are already used to it.
Meanwhile, China's Commerce Ministry said that it would pause some retaliatory measures for a year, but whether this temporary easing leads to lasting stability remains uncertain.
China hopes the U.S. will earnestly fulfill its obligations under the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty and honor its commitment to suspend nuclear testing, taking concrete actions to uphold the international nuclear disarmament and non-proliferation regime and safeguard global strategic balance and stability.
The issue of NVIDIA's chips also hangs in the air as President Trump said he didn't discuss the chipmaker's state-of-the-art Blackwell artificial intelligence chip during talks with Xi. However, he added that the duo did in fact discuss the export of more advanced computer chips to China. President Trump announced he'd be visiting China in April of next year, which will be followed by the Chinese leader's visit to America. For now, the Trump-Xi meeting has done little to lift market sentiment. As both sides prepare for follow-up negotiations, the focus will be on whether this agreement marks the start of a steady improvement or just another pause in a long and uneasy economic rivalry.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.